Keeping students' attention in the classroom can be tricky. Project-based learning is a great way to not only break the monotony, but also ensure purposeful use of skills and knowledge. Sometimes, project-based learning is not implemented because of time and prescribed curriculum. However, PBL, when done correctly, can save time and directly align with various curricula. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at project-based learning, jump right into it. Our agenda, we're going to have a definition and an overview, look at some of the key traits and classroom examples, look at the benefits, the teacher's role, as well as means for assessing, and then close out with some keys to remember. So in a nutshell, project-based learning is a student-centered approach where students get to apply their knowledge rather than just regurgitate. It's in a contrast to teacher-centered learning where the teacher is standing in front, they're the holder of all information, the students are waiting on them. Project-based learning allows the teachers to relinquish some of that ownership of learning to the students, allow them to apply what they've learned in a meaningful, real-world situations and problem-solving fashion. It focuses on inquiry, collaboration, and the application of knowledge. And it allows for a lot of emphasis on reflection, whether it's on each step or through the final product. Students have a chance to reflect on their performance throughout, which gives them more ownership of their learning. Some examples in the classroom, you might have seen some of these, whether in movies, actual application in the classroom, or where have you. But the good thing about project-based learning is it can go cross-curricular, it can be interdisciplinary, so it allows for a lot of flexibility, and the possibilities for different projects is infinite. So some examples, like for STEM, design and build a sustainable bridge. So students take all the information they've learned about bridges, angles, weight, all those skills are now going to be applied. So they took quizzes on, determining the ratio of, weight to structure, and now they're going to actually apply these things. For social studies, it can be a community-based project that solves a specific problem. Maybe it's recycling, which you'll see later can be interdisciplinary. You could produce a short documentary on local history for ELA that will combine their reading and writing skills, as well as their presentation skills, as well as integrating technology, which we're going to see a little bit later. For science, like we talked about, developing a recycling campaign for the school. That could be something that's done school-wide, it could be class-based, but it allows the students to actually do something with the information that they understand about recycling and the importance of, renewable processes. They could also curate an exhibit on social change through art. So there are a lot of different possibilities. These are just some examples. The big thing present day is technology integration. The good thing about project-based learning is you can integrate technology into the actual project, or you could use technology to monitor the project, which still integrates technology, but it's not a integral part of the final project. And I'm going to show you what I mean. The use of digital tools for research, collaboration, and presentation. So whether they're using Canva to present, whether they're using Google Scholar to research, you can integrate all of these technologies into the project at different stages, which allows students to participate in technology integration while they're doing their project-based learning. You could use virtual simulations and online collaborative platforms, multimedia creation. They can do videos, podcasts, blogs, or infographics. And like I said, project management tools for process tracking. You can look at the project. It could be sustainable recycling for the school, and they use a Google Doc that tracks started, not started, in progress. Just using that format would allow for technology integration without students having to be so intricately trained on different technology platforms. So you could use it as an integral part of project-based learning, as a management tool for project-based learning. So the ability to integrate technology is present. What are the benefits? It definitely promotes deeper understanding and application of the knowledge. So it transitions from that retention and regurgitation to actually applying and seeing why I'm learning this, right? That's always the question. Why do we have to learn this? Well, if you're using project-based learning, you don't even have to answer that question. Kids are able to apply the knowledge and they see why this information becomes relevant. It definitely hones in on the 21st century skills and real world context and, like we said, relevance. It's definitely going to help with student motivation and engagement. When kids are doing something, they're not sitting there just having to listen to somebody talk, forever. Motivation goes up, engagement goes up. And without question, it supports differentiation and students' ownership of learning, which is vital, vital, vital. So here's the beauty. The teacher's role transitions from how do I control this class of 30 to, oh, I'm just facilitating. Here's what you have to do. I'm going to come around and monitor to make sure each group is doing exactly what they have to do and provide support in that manner. So everybody's engaged. I'm just going around the room monitoring. I no longer have to captivate this audience for 90 minutes, for 60 minutes or what have you. They're engaged. I'm coming through as a coach. You can definitely scaffold because now you have the time to go around and see exactly where everybody is in regards to their progress, and you can provide differentiation based on each group rather than a holistic approach. You can provide immediate feedback, assess checkpoints, and it definitely encourages reflection and continuous improvement because you're constantly having conversations about where each group is in regards to their project. Well, we had a great time doing our project. How do I assess this? I have to put in some grades. I need grades this week. You can do this in a multitude of ways. Each day, you can set up a specific stage that students have to complete, and you could grade it that way. You can grade it through their final rubric, their final presentation, or their portfolio presentation. You could focus on each step. Like, for example, here, there are 9 steps listed. So for each step, I can actually put in a grade, and then I can put in a grade for each one of the steps as well as a final project stage grade. So let's say if I have 9 steps in my project-based learning activity, I can put in 9 separate grades for each one of the groups as well as their final presentation. That's enough for 2 weeks worth of grading. And then you can also utilize self-assessments and peer evaluations. They can self-assess their group roles and responsibilities as well as go around, see what other groups are doing, and they can peer evaluate each other's projects as well. That can be another grade. It also encourages their ownership of learning in regards to that. Some key takeaways. It empowers students to become creators and thinkers. It bridges the academic knowledge with practical application. You don't have to constantly answer that question. Why are we learning this? Why are we learning this? You can show them through project-based learning why they're learning what it is that they are learning. It encourages lifelong learning and curiosity. Oh, so just by doing this project, I could do this. I can do this. I am able to create. It definitely helps with the increase of their student efficacy and ownership of learning. And Ben Franklin's quote, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I will learn." So by having the kids actually engage with the skills, engage with the projects, they're definitely learning and it's a benefit for them. We hope that this explains things a bit more clearly. Be on the lookout for follow-ups to this series. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. If you found this video beneficial, feel free to support this channel via PayPal or CashApp. 50 cents, $1, or whatever you like. All support is appreciated. This allows us the means to keep making great content.